Edge rusher seems to be the theme so far. We're going to check in with Matt Dery here to get his analysis for what this pick means for the Lions. They're getting a big guy, an edge rusher here. What is this immediate reaction for you?
This is not a surprise at all to me. This is something that we've been seeing for a while. There's been a lot of late steam and smoke surrounding Kayvon Thibodeaux over the last, 24 to 48 hours. But let's be honest here. This kid is not only here to play, but unfortunately, being a Dearborn Divine Child kid, being a Michigan kid, and staying home, he's going to be on billboards. He's going to sell tickets. I've been saying it on Locked On Lions for a month. Sheila Hamp and her husband, Steve, are Ann Arbor people that had an empty stadium last year. And yes, it's a year or two of a rebuild, and they're getting a little bit better. But Aidan Hutchinson, they're going to be selling 97 jerseys, and he's going to be on billboards. So this was a business decision and also a football decision combined. So not a surprise at all that they ran that card up pretty quickly.
Definitely a good PR move for them to obviously keep him in-state, in-house. Is he a player that you could see having an immediate impact for the Lions?
Yeah, you know what? I think so. He has to.
Right.
This is an organization over the last few years that has not been able to get to the quarterback. And with Romeo Okwara healthy and his brother Julian, also coming off the edge, Charles Harris, who had about 8.5 sacks last year. I think they feel like they needed that edge guy. A lot of talk about Kayvon Thibodeaux, certainly, and Trayvon Walker if Aidan Hutchinson would go number one. But he has to make an impact. I mean, you're taking him at 2. I know this is a weak draft, and maybe he's not the Bosa brothers, but this is adding some serious depth along that edge to get to some of those quarterbacks in this division, namely Aaron Rodgers, as Peter knows, and finally have a pass rush. So he's got to make an immediate impact. But I know the fans here are thrilled.
Matt, thanks for your insight. Going from Ann Arbor to Detroit, not too far for that one. Peter, we've got 2 names off the board so far. What are you guys thinking? Who's coming up next, I should say?
Well, the Houston Texans pick is already in, guys. We are flying through this. We do not yet know who it is. But Aidan Hutchinson went to Michigan. Aidan Hutchinson's dad went to Michigan. His mom went to Michigan, and his sisters went to Michigan. We talk about Michigan men. This is a Michigan family staying in Michigan. Ryan, Matt said this is a business decision and a football decision. What do you think of the football decision?
I think the football decision is great. I think if you want to fit Dan Campbell's stereotype, get a guy who has a motor that doesn't quit. Get a guy who's been a leader for that side of the ball.
He'll bite your kneecap.
Yeah, absolutely. And he should. He's got the movement skills to show off. He should get to that point where he's at the quarterback's ankles, if not in the dirt with him. So I think it's a great pick, and I think it helps out that ball game.
For the Lions, this is you add a premier player. This is a star on a team that does not have very many stars. What do you think of the idea of seeing this as both a business decision and a football decision?
It just makes sense. The conversation that we had leading into that pick, he is a lunch pail guy. He's probably somebody you don't have to worry about. Is he focused on football? The man loves the game. You don't have to worry about trying to give him a little pat on the butt, to tell him to get his motor going. He has one of the highest motors of anybody we've seen in this draft. So this is the exact type of the personality and character player that you were looking for in terms of Campbell.
With the pass rushers now, Eric, who do you see as the next domino to fall? Because we went pass rusher. We still think a team like the Jets wants to get one. A team like the Giants wants to get one. You look at our board up here. The 2 of the top 3 are gone. We've got Kayvon Thibodeaux next.